My mama kissing the girl.
Confused in the curse coming up in the cold world.
Daddy ain't around, probably out committing
Felonies, my favorite rapper used to say, check out my
melody. My mama kissing the girl.
What's up, everybody? It's your favorite producer, Jones on the beat. And we are live as we always are. We are live every Monday, Thursday, every Monday night, Thursday night. We are live here on Beat Promoters Radio. What's going down, man? As we get this thing together, let me make sure my volume is correct. What's going on, family? We are here. Once again, the most important live stream event to attend on a weeknight. You're a music creator. This is absolutely the live stream we want to pull up to. We go live every Monday, every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Central, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We are right here. On your way to the door, man, do us a favor. Hit that like button and let us know you in the building. Let us know that you right here kicking it with us, man. Also in the comments, make sure you let us know in the comments who you are. Where's my mobile device? Take your mobile device and share the live stream. What we do here, we take a screenshot, right? Take a screenshot of the live stream, throw it in your story. Make sure you include the link right back here. Let everybody know where you hanging out at on a Thursday night. You feel what I'm saying? Right here on Beat Promoters Radio. If you're new to the live stream, make sure you subscribe right now and get all the way locked in. We got a dope live stream for y'all tonight, man. We're gonna be sharing something pretty revolutionary that so far my friends would agree. Something that we're very excited about, man. We always about pushing things forward and always looking for new ways to promote indie music, man. That's what we all about here, man. So if you are an indie music artist, welcome home. Without any further ado, man, let's get this thing popping. Welcome to Beat Promoters Radio. Let's get it.
Thank you for tuning into Beat Promoters Radio. Like, comment, and share, and follow for more.
Welcome back to Beat Promoters Radio. What's good? Welcome back to the live stream. It's Thursday night. We got DJ Step 81, the beat maker, in the building. Welcome back to Beat Promoters Radio. It's Thursday night. We are live every Monday and Thursday night right here on the live stream. I'm loving this new schedule, y'all. I'm loving it because it's allowing me to dig into some other things that I've been wanting to do for quite some time now, man. And then it's making the live stream more purposeful, which is always dope, man. Who are we? If you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We are a community of like-minded music creators working together to create a space, right, where we can all come together. Iron sharpens iron. When we share notes, we improve together, man. It's time to evolve as a music creator community, and that's our mindset. You feel what I'm saying? And we share ideas, and we work together in this journey we call the music game. It can be a tough journey, which is why it's so important for all of us to stick together alongside each other in lockstep on this course, on this path, on this journey, man. And that's what we do here, man. We consider ourselves family. So if you're tapping in for the first time, subscribe and join the family. We're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube. And we got a community Discord that you want to tap into, man. We promote music producers from all around the globe. We got a dope platform, the Bybeats platform, that we promote and share music. We promote indie artists through interviews, and now something tonight we're going to talk about, because we are in the fast evolving era of AI technology, and ain't no running from it now, family. Ain't no escaping the evolution of AI. The best thing we could do is become experts of it to the best of our ability and get on the cutting edge and make sure we stay in front of it, and we make sure we're looking and watching for what AI is doing, right? Because it ain't going nowhere. So we might as well learn how to navigate this new territory. You feel what I'm saying? We got Latoya Aristo in the building. She says Salt Life here had technical issues. Oh, that's Salt Life with my computer. Okay. See if you can join with your phone. You can just use your phone, bro, with the link that I sent. Try that and see if that works for you. Because tonight, man, we're going to get into something dope. If you guys had a chance to take a look at the latest episode of the BPR broadcast, and you've been kind of watching what we've been doing with AI, you can kind of see the direction that we're heading, man. And I want to get right into it, man. As you come to the door, make sure you let us know who you are in the comments. If you're a music creator, if you're an artist, if you're a songwriter, engineer, whatever the case might be, let us know in the comments, man. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that we've been playing around with, man, that I think is an opportunity, a definite opportunity, y'all. As you know, we here on Beat Promoters Radio, we've been interviewing so many artists, right? And we've been platforming artists from all different genres and meeting a lot of dope artists in the process, man. But we feel like we want to take that to the next level. So let me make sure I can pull up my cliff notes. You feel what I'm saying? We feel like we want to take things to the next level, man. And with anything that you're doing comes complications, right? Difficulties, right? And what do I mean? Well, with, our initial goal to promote artists, indie artists, by way of doing interviews, right? That was the goal, right? And still is the goal. But we're going to do it a little differently because what we found after interviewing close to 50 artists, right? Just artists from all over the globe in different genres, right? We learned that it's the process of just like booking artists, the process of getting artists onto a live stream to promote themselves is not as easy as you might think it is, right? You would think that it'd be super easy because you got all these artists with music today, and you would think that they'd be jumping at every opportunity to promote their music. Well, I got to tell you from firsthand experience, that is absolutely not the case, right? Which is cool. But we know one thing, artists do want to promote their music. That is the thing, right? So while we know that, we're going to make sure we always make available the opportunity for artists to do that on our platform. But because we've been diving deep into the AI side of the game, we're seeing other opportunities, right? We're seeing other, lights at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing other things that we can get involved in that's innovative and that'll keep us busy. You feel me? So here's what I'm talking about. And I gotta keep it real. Like I said, chasing artists and getting artists locked down for interviews, booking times, trying to get everyone scheduled. It can be a headache, right? It can be difficult. It can almost feel like herding cats, to be real with you, right? If that's a thing. And for artists, on the flip side, doing interviews takes time, right? You gotta make sure you schedule it during the time that you're available. You gotta make the time. And sometimes you might do an interview, right? And it may not reach the biggest audience, right? So there's a lot of pros and cons on both sides, right? So how can we be most effective together? Because the goal at the end of the day is to make sure that we are introducing our music to, as many people as possible, right? So we got something new that we thinking about. It's something new that we're formulating. We already have the BPR broadcast. And y'all know me, I'm always, working several steps ahead. The whole concept of the BPR broadcast, and if you don't know, this is, I don't know if we can say the first AI generated podcast. We call it a blogcast because we've taken our blog and we've turned it into a podcast style informational program and platform that reports on everything that we got going on here with the Beat Promoters Radio. We even went as far as creating our own AI personalities, Jay Reed and Tay Simone. These are 100% AI generated podcast personalities that once again report on everything going on inside the Beat Promoters Radio community. Now, we got 4 episodes out right now already. Jay Reed and Tay Simone have already established their social media, right? And we're growing the social media. We're posting on the social media. And so what we're doing in essence, and I like the way AI Music said it in a comment. He said, we're creating our own reality. This is the future. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm kind of slow talking a little bit so people can get in here because what we about to do, right, is totally different. But we always doing something different, right? Let me break this down, man. Let me turn the music down a little bit because I feel like I'm talking over the music. Let me see if I can turn it down a little bit. There we go. I want y'all to still be able to hear the music. There we go. So I'm going to break this down several times over the live stream, but let me get right into it, right? Let me talk to you about, and if you heard or you saw the last episode of the BPR blogcast, episode 4, you saw an exclusive interview with me. So basically, I got a chance to be on the other side of the mic, and I was being interviewed by Jay Reed and Tay Simone. Once again, our AI personalities. They were interviewing me about Beat Promoters, my vision for Beat Promoters, the origin story, how it came about, why we decided to create a Beat Promoters platform, and the AI evolution, and where do I see Beat Promoters, the community, fitting in to the AI conversation. So I was able to have a back and forth with AI personalities, right? That was pretty much just to show a tangible example of what's possible. So with that being said, if you're an artist, think about what I'm saying. I just did an interview with AI personalities, right? And I didn't have to be on the live stream. I didn't have to be on location. I didn't have to travel. I didn't have to spend money. I didn't have to get on a Zoom. I didn't have to get on a phone call. I didn't have to do anything that would require a lot of my time, but I was able to produce a full-blown video promoting something, right? So what are we talking about in essence? The ultimate picture here is, and I'll address you with a question. If you're an artist, what if you could promote your latest single, your next album drop, the show that you're doing a radio drop? What if you could promote your music with a podcast style interview, right? Without having to book a time, get on a schedule, get on a call, a Zoom or a live stream, travel somewhere, be somewhere on location, or better yet, not even be on a mic at all. That sounds crazy. Why are you gonna do an interview if you don't get on the mic? Well, that's what we're here to talk about tonight, because we're talking about artist promo at scale, at a scale bigger than anything we've ever seen before. The future means for an artist, one day there'll be an artist who says, yeah, I just did 25 podcasts today. Now, it's not humanly possible to do 25 podcasts in a day, is it? I know some people probably will try, but I don't know anybody that could do 25 podcasts in a day. Surely not 50. And if you go to Apple Music, you go to Spotify or YouTube Music, you just go look at the thousands of podcasts that are there, right? Nobody could do them all, right? Until now. Imagine being an artist that can literally be everywhere, right? Well, we believe we have a formula, right? Where we can make that possible. And this is what we're working on right now, right? So let me break it down. This is the current flow of how this could work, right? Step by step. And let me make sure I see what's going on, right? You see what's in here, man. Make sure I acknowledge everybody. We got AI Music in the building. What's good? M. Arson is what's good, what's good. Now, the goal is to create an opportunity. So I want you to see the vision and then the opportunity, right? So if you could imagine a platform where if I'm an artist and I want to promote, one of the biggest challenges that we have with the way we've been doing it, just the traditional way of like interviewing artists, is again, AI knows this too well, because AI is one of the people who helps me a lot when it comes to the interviews by creating images, and he's always reaching out. Every time he sees me book an artist, he's always asking me what I need, and I really, 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 really appreciate that from you, bro. Real talk. Just reaches out and be like, yo, what you need me to do? And that's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's really that's what it takes, y'all. To build something, you got to be a team player. You got to be. You feel what I'm saying? But don't let me get off track. So that's the difficulty of interviewing artists. And so far, we've interviewed close to 50 different artists, right? And behind the scenes, you might be like, dang, dude, we didn't know you did that much, right? But it's a lot to book an artist and then get them on the artist. I don't know if y'all know, but we've had artists that we booked, right, that absolutely just no-showed, right? And it's not because, I don't think it's because, you know, they were just doing it just be a butt, but sometimes life be life. Sometimes an artist will book something and something go on in the event in their life and they forget. And I know you probably shouldn't do that, right? But hey, man, shit happened at the end of the day, right? But the long story short is, sometimes things happen that in the moment you be like, man, that's messed up. But if you keep your eyes open, you might see an opportunity. And I think that's why it was necessary for us to take the route that we took to get here, right? So complications that an artist has, again, time. Most artists are still working. Most artists still got a 9-to-5, right? So this is going to increase the amount of visibility they can produce for their personal brand by having an automated way of doing it, right? So let me get to it. What if there was a platform, again, where artists could do a podcast style interview without traveling, without getting on a Zoom, without getting on a live stream like this? Yeah, they'll still do it, but we're talking about scaling and expanding our reach in a way that's in a leverage type of way, right? In a way that feels automated. So imagine an artist being able to do that by going to our platform, basically just filling out a submission form, right? This is how easy it's gonna be. If you're an artist, go to our site, and you'll have an option to say, yo, I got a new single out. I want to promote it in a video live stream or video podcast, right? We'll have you fill out an artist submission, right? You'll get about 4 to 5 custom interview questions, right? You'll get those, and then you'll give us your responses to those questions in your memo, your voice memo on your phone. This is how simple it's gonna be. You'll get the interview questions from us, 4 to 5 questions, 4 to 5 custom interview questions that we're gonna send to you. You take your phone, my phone over here, you take your phone and record your responses in your voice memo and email it in to us, right? We here at Beat Promoters, we're gonna turn those voice notes into an AI hosted podcast style segment on the BPR Blogcast. Right? The final result is a 7 to 8 minute promo episode that feels professional, futuristic, and actually enjoyable to listen to, right? But you're promoting whatever it is you want to promote. This is revolutionary for artists because we're talking about saving money and time, right? No need to book videographers, podcast spots, rent studios, no travel costs, no time away from the grind, and you can multiply yourself because you could do this multiple times, right? And then you do it on your own time. So we don't need to book live sessions. We still can book live sessions, but imagine being able to promote something more frequently by way of what we're doing here on the BPR Blogcast, right? And then on top of that, we're talking about social media because you're putting out more content, and we're talking about what we're going to be doing on our social media, promoting it. Now you're talking about even more leverage, right? You see what I'm saying? We got Zaza in the building. So what I want to do, I want to get into this conversation deep, but I wanted to bring on an actual artist to break this down for this artist and also have this artist give their feedback. I've been talking with this artist about this concept. I think he like it, but I'll let him tell y'all. Y'all know this guy too well, man. He family. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say what's up to our brother from another mother. We got Salt Life in the building. Salt Life, what's good, bro?
What's that for the yes? Man, I'm out chill with it, man.
What's happening with you, man? Yo, I appreciate you jumping onto the live stream to talk with us, man, and join and tap in, man. It's been a minute. Man. It's always good to have you on.
Hey, that's a fact, man. It's been a lot of things going on, man. A lot of different movements and all that good stuff, brother. But man, we out chill though, man. You know,
definitely
trying to really get this work back in like it's supposed to be. Figure them.
That's right, man. And I've been talking to you about a crazy idea that I've been having in my head, man. And I've been digging and diving deep into this whole AI. And I've really been involved with AI for a minute, but bro, going live Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock every night like I was, it wasn't really giving me the opportunity to dive in it deep on the live stream. 90% of my workflow is all AI generated. It's how I'm able to do so much, right? But I've been tinkering around and toying around with things that y'all see me doing now for a while. And what y'all seeing now is going to continue to evolve, man. But I talked to you about a concept where artists can scale their interviews, right? We've been doing interviews here, but it's one-offs. We got to set, like, even when we interview you, we got to figure out a time and a day. You know what I mean? We got to have you here. You got to put something on fly so you look good on the camera. You know what I mean? You got to show up and spend your time. You got to be here. You feel me? So it's a lot. So when I told you about this AI generated interview concept, and then you were able to watch the BPR Blogcast and see a tangible example of it, what was your first thoughts?
My very first thoughts, to be completely honest, was like, as an artist, no. But the way that you broke it down to me, because we've had a couple of conversations about this, and because of there's the life is always excelling. You're always going beyond the next limit. What we thought possible today, we didn't think was possible a decade ago. So it made perfect sense to me, you know, what you were telling me, you know, especially when it comes to AI, and it comes to not AI the producer. What's up, my boy? uh, but everything is going to keep going in this direction. You can't stop it. No one person can stop this, because it's convenient. And like you said, if I can knock out 5 to 20 interviews in a day, then why not? Because the game is not slowing down, it's speeding up. So you got to be speeding up with the game, basically. So, now it sat with me for a little second, being a true artist, being that, starting from that pen and pad, freestyle and all that stuff. Now at this point in 2025, man, we got to keep up, and we got to get ahead of the curve, for real.
Yeah, we have to, man. And because like you said, it's not going to go anywhere, man. So this is what I want to do, man. So basically we're gonna create a seamless experience for artists to be able to do this, right? And I want to share with you like what the actual page is going to sound like or look like when you're an artist and you want to like book an interview, right? And so you actually heard the interview that I did on the BPR broadcast where I was able to, and we gotta really think about what this was, like what we witnessed, right? I was able to do an interview talking about beat promoters, right? And talk about this with AI artists, not artists, but AI personalities, right? Who were able to ask me questions in detail. I was able to relay a message and able to get a message across, which ultimately is the goal and the end game in any interview, getting the message across, informing people, let them know what's going down. And if AI can do that, you feel me? We might have something. You know what I'm saying? And so
For sure.
to paint a picture for you, at Beat Promoters Radio, we're building the future of artist promotion powered by AI. So this is a forum, right? This is what you're gonna see on a forum. Your opportunity to be featured on a BPR broadcast with our AI host Jay Reed and Tay Simone will interview about your music, your journey, and your latest release, all without needing to jump on a live call. So how it works, you're basically going to fill out a short form to help us learn about you. So this is an artist coming to the site brand new. You'll receive a few custom interview questions. You're going to record your answers using your phone, right? And like your voice notes or whatever voice recorder app you have on your phone, and then email them at the provided email we send to you. Email them back. We'll edit your responses, intro into the AI interview segment, and feature you in a blogcast episode. So not only are you just, it's not like a random interview. Your interview will be featured in an ongoing podcast style platform that we're already promoting. So whether you take it and promote it or not, we're going to promote it and we're going to continue to grow our platform. You feel what I'm saying? But of course, you're going to post it as well because it's featuring you. So so these are the questions it's going to ask you. So it's saying let's amplify your story in a whole new way. In the first section of the form, right? And this is going to be a Google form. It's going to ask you for the info. So what is your artist name? What is your stage name? And remember, all the data that it's collecting, we're going to ultimately automate all of this, right? So what is your artist or stage name? What is your Instagram handle, right? And then what is the link to your most recent single, EP, or album? That's the first section. The second section is the artist spotlight and interview context. Artist spotlight and interview context. And the question is, what would you like to promote in this interview? Now, I want y'all, this is going to sound crazier that we doing this, right? But what would you like to promote in this interview? The next question is, how would you describe your sound or vibe in 1 or 2 sentences? And then the next question is, what makes your story or journey as an artist unique? All right. And then the next section, the third section, help us shape the interview. So what you're doing is you're actually building the interview yourself. You're customizing it. You're tailoring it to yourself by answering these questions, right? What's the story behind your most recent project or song? The next question is in this section, what's one message you want listeners to take away from your music? And then the last question in this section, any recent performances, collaborations, or milestones you're proud of, right? All right, and then this next section, voice submission instructions. So this is just an instructional section that's going to tell you how to submit your answers, right? How to submit your voice answers. After submitting the form that you just answered, we'll send you 4 to 5 personalized interview questions. So the data that you just submitted, the questions you just answered, you're going to submit those, right? And then we're going to have AI generate interview questions. It's going to be automated based on the answers that you gave us, right? So when you just record your response and you send it to info@bpromoters.com. No Zoom calls, no schedule needed. We'll make it sound like you're in the studio with the AI artist. We're gonna add music. We're gonna make it everything, right? And then we have a permission to edit your voice agreement, right? And it's pretty simple. It basically just states that we're gonna use this to, or by participating, right? It's a consent form. By participating in the BPR broadcast, let me open this up so I can see it all the way. By participating in the BPR broadcast, you, the artist, gives B Promoters permission to edit voice recordings, right? And that you submit, including the answers to the interview questions. Your voice will not be altered in any way, but may be edited for the responses, just for clarity, pacing, or format to ensure a high quality listening experience, right? So we're just going to edit the simple things about the voice, but not the actual voice. The voice gonna sound the same way you submitted it, right? This includes editing your recorded answers into an AI hosted interview episode, using your voice and your answers in promotional content across B Promoters radio platforms like YouTube, Instagram. That's just saying that we're gonna post it. Maintaining the integrity of your words while polishing the overall production. So we're not gonna change your words. Whatever you say is what you're gonna hear, right? This current process does not include any voice cloning or synthetic AI voice generation. Only your digital original voice recording will be used, and that's it, right? Now, we may offer other upgrades in the future that will allow more of a hands-free experience, but we're using actual voice recordings that the artist is going to submit. You, of course, retain full ownership of your voice and your answers. You may revoke permission for us to use your voice recording at any time by simply contacting us by email. So if you say, for whatever reason, I don't want y'all to use my voice, then we won't use it again. What you think about what you heard so far?
Man, look, it's a win. It's basically a win-win. Everything is moving so fast. You gotta it's self-explanatory. We might not like it as artists, producers, as anybody who's a student of the game, that came up from the primitive way. But in reality, hey, this is where it's gonna go. And either we can be the first to do it, or we gonna be behind. And everybody, artists, producers, everybody's already doing it. It's just not. It's not widely accepted yet, but it's going to be just like everything else.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point right there. Just like everything else, because there was a time as a producer where FL Studio wasn't widely accepted, but now today it's a standard. You can't go to no studio and don't see FL Studio. You feel what I'm saying? So it's really about anything that's different. Changing the game is always going to receive some pushback. You feel what I'm saying? We just got to be wise enough to understand that, people are going to push back because it's different. But at the end of the day, if we understand it, while they're pushing back, we become experts, and then they got to come to us for the information. You feel me? And the highest earning people in the world are the people who have the information. So we get the information, we become the highest earners. You see how that works? You see what I'm saying? So we just right now we're creating a formula. We're creating a formula that says, yo, there's a lot of artists, and I know firsthand from interviewing artists that either A, find it very difficult to find the time to do an interview, or shy to the camera. You see what I'm saying? I saw like you ain't shy to the camera, but there's artists that are shy when that camera come on. They don't know how they get the fidgeting. They don't know how to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You know what's crazy? What I was thinking about earlier, bro. Yeah. after that conversation that we had, I sat there and I thought about this for a second, and I want y'all to really think about this real quick. When you were breaking it down to me in a way to say, like how you was talking about the Fruit Loop Studio, think about this. If there was never a 1 + 1 = 2, we wouldn't have billionaires. Because nobody would know the worth of anything. Nobody would understand numbers. You got to you have to do something. You have to create a system for people to be able to follow. Of course, everybody not going to believe 1 + 1 = 2 in the beginning, but once it start making sense, once it start making life easier, then what happens? The masses follow. You in this world, you have, and I hate to say it this way because I do have Native American in my family, but you got chiefs and Indians.
We all do.
There's chiefs and Indians, and everybody can't be a chief, but most people are going to be an Indian. Get what I'm saying? So if we all were Indians and nobody wanted to step out to be a chief, where would we be right now?
Yeah, that's a fact. We definitely looking for, that's what we always been on. The type of time we've been on is visionaries, right? Visionaries, people who want to do something that's outside of, what when everybody's going right, we want to go left. You feel what I'm saying? But this is so ultimately, we're creating a formula, and if we, by creating this formula, create a formula so tight, we now have an opportunity. We now have an opportunity to go out there and share it with all the artists that need promotion. So not AI, but Starlight, that was one of the things that we were focused on, with everything we were doing, is trying to find out ways to help artists promote themselves, right? But one of the things that we're running into is just artists finding time. You'll be surprised how many artists is like, man, I'm just trying to find the time. You feel what I'm saying? Trying to find the time. Because a lot of artists are still like, it's like living a double life. You're this by day, but you're an artist by night.
Man, look, that's majority of us artists, with the game being so saturated. Majority of us artists are still working jobs, bro.
Right.
We got kids, we got families, households, and whatever else come along with that, man.
Yeah. So if you can imagine, it almost makes sense to create an avatar of yourself and let the avatar do all the work. Did you see how I pretty much cloned myself and put myself out there on social media, right?
Facts.
Now, what's stopping this avatar version of myself from doing the work that I can't do?
Got an avatar on Facebook, got an avatar on PS5, got an avatar on Xbox, got an avatar on Microsoft Windows, got an avatar everywhere. What's the difference?
They've been trying to show it. They've been trying to tell us where it's going.
Huh?
They've been telling us where it's going. So if you're in 2025 at this point saying, no, that's not good, you're not paying attention to the times that we're in. No, that's just what reality is going to be. Reality is going to become augmented. You're going to get virtual reality. You're going to be in the future. See, a lot of times, I'll be wanting to post stuff that just like saying in the future, X, Y, Z, but then people going to say, man, this dude crazy. In the future, don't you know you'll be able to go down the grocery store aisle and see a loaf of bread on sale and like it and share it with your friends so they know it's in the store on sale too?
Well,
don't you know you'll be able to the digital world and the physical world are going to be one and the same. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And they worry about AI artists. I see a lot of conversations where it's like people are still not understanding how powerful AI is, right? There was a post on WorldStar right before this live stream that says Bill Gates said that in the next 5 to 10 years, AI is going to replace doctors and lawyers.
Already is.
Right?
Down here in Savannah at Memorial Health, there's already we already have robotics in the operating rooms.
Mm-hmm. So
that's the fact.
So when producers say AI is not going to be that good at making beats,
man, look, y'all ever heard of Chat GPT? Come on, now.
So
man, look.
So when an artist says, "Well, AI can't make music that sounds like it's from the soul," but AI can work on the soul and do a heart transplant. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is this: AI has every chord progression, every note, every vocal tonation, every style of music, every flavor, every genre, from the beginning of music to the modern day. And it has no ceiling, no wall, no rails, nothing encasing it or no limits. It could just do what it wants to do.
And it don't get tired.
Like Kevin Gates.
Come on, Kevin Gates.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I saw a comedian get on stage and say, "Yo, these women, we can't do what we gonna do. Oh, we lost them. Hold on." Yeah, every time we start talking the truth, that's when the Illuminati. It's probably good that happened because I probably don't need to say what I was about to say. A comedian said something funny. But it ain't doom and gloom. Remember, look, when the acoustic guitar player was playing the acoustic guitar, and one day here comes the electric guitar player, that acoustic guitar player thought it was over. Hold on, let me get Starlight back on here. That acoustic guitar player thought it was over, right? Oh, M. Arson is, yes, you about to get into a whole nother convo that everybody ain't ready for. But I understand. I definitely understand. Look, man, we're in an era where technology is going to move faster than we've ever seen it move before. No industry.
Oh, there you go.
Starlight, I was just saying, we're in an era where we're about to see technology move faster than we've ever seen it move before. No industry is safe. And what I mean by that is, whatever industry you're in, if you think AI is not going to touch it, you're fooling yourself. If you're saying to yourself, "Well, AI can make beats, but it can't make beats like a human being," listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. That's not the mindset. We need to have a mindset of, AI is going to do this better than us. So how do we evolve to where we are going to create opportunities for ourselves? Because it's a tool. Remember, the acoustic guitar player playing the acoustic guitar, when the electric guitar player came, the acoustic guitar player couldn't do nothing that the electric guitar player was doing. It couldn't make that bad boy wail and add effects and vocal effects. It can't do none of that, right? It can't even compete. It gets drowned out. It's not even amplified. The electric guitar amplified, got effects. It's crazy, right? So it just blows it out of the water, right? But did that stop people from playing the guitar?
Nope, that only increased the notoriety and the fame, and people want and the interest. More people wanted to flock to that new sound, that new whatever, just because at first they was like, "Oh nah, traditions die out too."
So I want to address a comment Zaza, the fam Zaza said. I said 1,000 times, bro, AI don't have the heart. It can't feel the pain we go through. I want that track to match my energy. Now, my brother, check it out though. Here's the thing we got to recognize. Okay? Let me break it down from this standpoint first. We're in an era where most would say that the music today don't even have soul. Right?
Ooh.
Right? We're in an era where most people would say that music don't even have soul. And then on top of that, we're in an era also where it's like people don't even want to listen to a whole song. They want a TikTok version of it.
Come on, man. Now hold on, Jones. Mm-hmm. Do the sample. Do the sample example. That's the one that's gonna kill them.
So here's the thing. Sarlaf is mentioning, like with sampling, for example, right? I was just on I was listening to a podcast like two days ago, and these producers were really going in on AI and had a huge gripe about AI and how they thought it was horrible and how they losing respect for Timbaland because he's involved with it. And these are sample producers. in my mind the whole time, I'm thinking like, well, wait a minute. If the gripe is AI is cheating because it's making music for you and you're just taking music and you're just revamping it and manipulating it, but you're not creating the music. My question is, well, how is that any different from sampling? Because are you not taking music material that was already like a thing, like already music, and you're taking that and then you're just revamping it, recreating it, manipulating it, and turning it into something new? So how is that any different? In fact, I would argue the AI would be better because you don't have to worry about copyright. Because AI is creating original music within a matter of seconds in unlimited variations that you can manipulate not just one given sound, but you can take that one sound and you can manipulate the sound and then sample it. So you have more options. If you create a sample in AI and you say, well, I like the sample, but I just don't like the guitar in the sample, you can take the guitar out. You can't do that with a record, right? But anyway, I'm not here to sell you on AI. I'm just saying that we have to really take emotions out of it because that's how we're gonna lose. If we keep emotions in it, we're gonna lose because we're not gonna see it for what it is because we have an emotional attachment to what things are now. But we got to remember things gonna change.
I definitely, it wasn't easy. It's not easy convincing any one of us on, a part of music on this platform, wherever you may be at. It's not because like how Zaza said, what's up, brother, too, man? Shout out to Louisiana. Because we come from a different time. Most majority of us, we come from where you had to have talent to be able to make it in this music game. Unfortunately, I just made a post about this earlier on Facebook, man, and I'm tied to a lot of people in the industry. Unfortunately, just like how it's so many artists and everything, they are no longer scouting talent no more. That's the thing of the past. That's what the big thing was back 15, 20 years ago. They're not doing that no more. As long as you got money, that's what matters. Think about how many artists that you hear on a daily basis on the radio that doesn't deserve to be on the radio. You can go around and complain about it all day long, but at the end of the day, guess what? They got money to put up to continue to have themselves going around and around and around and around because it's no longer about talent anymore. See, when once that changed, the whole game changed. Now, we are probably the only genre of music that actually feeds into that narrative because you still have there's pop, there's country, there's all types of different genres of music that they still are accustomed to the old ways. But you know what the difference is? What's the most popular form of music?
Hip hop.
Rap, hip hop. Everybody wants to, I've heard, anybody on here has heard or seen people of different races idolizing, emulating rap, hip hop. That doesn't even belong in this culture. But the thing is, the times move. It's no longer about talent because if they waited for, I hate to say this because I'm one of those people that I feel like talent overrides all. But we have come to a place now where it's out the window. And if you don't get ahead, you're going to always stay behind. That's just like our grandparents. Our grandparents are traditional. They are stuck in their ways. How long did it take y'all grandparents to actually get a cell phone?
Get on social
From
media.
a cell phone to actually knowing how to learn how to use apps or even be willing to use apps. Now they on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and you can't get them off now.
Yep.
Eventually, what Jones is putting out is going to be the norm, and I see it. It takes a lot of convincing, but it's not hard to see that. So yeah, I might have soul, he might have soul, she might have soul, all of us might have soul, but at the end of the day, in another 10 years, so will AI. 5 years.
It might
So
even take because here's the thing though, when you listen to the music today, one of the biggest complaints is that music doesn't feel like it has a soul, right? So if soul is not even a thing that's important anymore, then AI's got an easy job. Because if all AI needs to do is replicate and duplicate, then it's not going to be that difficult, you know. And then on top of that, if I'm already as a music fan complaining about the music not being good enough, but AI is offering me the opportunity to make music myself, then what's stopping me from making the music that I think I want to hear, versus waiting on someone who's not making the music I want to hear make the music I want to hear? Especially if I can make the music more personal and more customized, and I can just say, look, like I gave you the example earlier, Salt Life, my woman just broke my heart. Make me a song that makes me feel good. You feel me? Make me a song called F That You Know What. You feel me? That's going to be more fun than listening to a song that's for everybody. This is a song personally for me. And I got to tell you, some of the music that I'm creating with AI, I'm gonna tell you, it's better than a lot of stuff that I'm hearing. You feel me? And on Beat Promoters, we're going to create an AI artist. So this whole platform that we're creating with the BPR Blogcast, we're starting out with this as an angle to introduce AI personalities. Like we just created an Instagram for Jay Reed and Tay Simone. These are AI personalities, right? And we're with AI, we're generating their whole narrative and story and context, and it's going to continue to evolve and learn, right? But guess what? It's going to turn into a story. If you're paying attention to the Jay Reed and Tay Simone Instagram, you can see that we're creating a storyline and a narrative, and we're creating context, and you're going to be able to follow the context of the storyline that we're creating, and it's going to turn into a dramatic storyline. Now watch this. How dope would it be to be watching Jay Reed and Tay Simone's Instagram that turns into a dramatic storyline, and then we put polls up and we let you decide what happens next. And then we start featuring Salt Life music or beats from producers in the community in the content, because that's where it's got to go next. We have to create content, because one thing people are always going to like, whether AI is taking over music or not, is a good story. And if we can create a good story, we can sneak our music in there, right? But we can also create something that feels entertaining, right? That feels not just like a good song, but an experience. So what we're creating is an experience, right? And yes, we're creating this automated way for artists to do interviews, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. What the opportunity that I'm seeing with AI, I'm seeing the ability to create our own world and then insert our music in that world and have everybody escape to that world, because that's what everybody wants to do anyway, is escape, right? So we're going to create the Disneyland in the AI world that you can escape to, right? And discover all this indie music, and we're going to create a power BMF, The Wire type vibe where it's a storyline and everything with AI characters that feel real because they're on social media. And we're just gonna promote the music in between there. You feel what I'm saying? The rabbit hole really gets deep. I'm giving away a lot out of order that I shouldn't. I never really do that, but just know that the rabbit hole gets pretty deep, y'all.
It's definitely a hard thing. It's a hard thing to fathom. It's a hard pill to swallow, man. But take a look at life from the 90s from the 80s to now. It's inevitable. We're not going to be able to run from it. Our kids not going to care about the music we created versus what they're going to hear when they become of age. And I hate it. It hurt my heart
That's a
too because
fact.
I'm gonna always be a writer. I'm gonna always do music the old fashioned way. But
But
just like the samples, how Jones was talking about, they ain't sampling, they are taking the song and what YN R&B now? Come on, man, they taking the complete song and remixing it. They're not what production is required for that? None, basically. So I mean, we're at a crossroad right now. It's basically either you will or you going to, because it's not going to be a you won't, because that is going to be everywhere. It's not going to be a way you're going to be able to stop the progression of this. Either it start here or somebody else going to do it, and it's still going to be the same result. But where do you want to be when it does happen?
well, I'm gonna tell you what.
We're gonna keep doing this music the same way. We're gonna keep doing, we might have easier roads now, but I mean, where we are artists and producers at heart. So we're always gonna have that. Our way is the primitive way now, from the way that things are moving. We got cars that drive themselves. Who would have thought?
Yep.
Who would have thought you got a whole computer in your phone?
We're not even thinking about it. We're not even thinking about it.
Exactly.
Taking it for
But
granted.
you wake up every day and you see this stuff. It's everywhere.
But here's the thing I want everybody to recognize. Everybody should feel excited. This is not doom and gloom. I am unbelievably excited about the prospects of what this is, right? With AI, because I see it 1000%. Look, remember when the digital audio workstation came into play, it didn't change. It changed the way we created, but it didn't change our creativity. It elevated it, right? Everything, the microphone. There was a time where if you wanted to hear somebody sing, you had to go to where they were. You feel me? And there wasn't even no microphone. They were playing instruments and just regular dry voice, right? So they really had to be talented to listen to them, right? But see, here's the thing. As an artist, as a producer, we got to say now, well, how do we evolve and reinvent ourselves? How do we take this tool that's obviously here to create a new paradigm? How do we take it and how do we use it to our own advantage? And that's what I see. That's the vision that I see. And we're creating the formula right now, right? And we want artists and producers to recognize that, okay, it's time for us to evolve again. It's time for us to master this new way so that we can become, the great teachers of it, right? So that we can inform everybody else. While everybody's thinking, oh, this is going to destroy creativity. This is not fair. This is the devil. We have to be like, no, nah, y'all missing it. This is how we take what we're doing to a whole nother level. Just like I said, I gave you the example earlier, Saw Live. I was able to take a song that I recorded back in 2000. I was able to take AI and not only remaster it to the point where it sounded light years ahead of what it sounded like in its original form. I'm talking about radio ready quality in a matter of seconds. It was able to do to my song, right? And then not only that, I was able to create variations of the song, different genres. I was able to create a reggae version. The song wasn't reggae, it was R&B. I was able to take my R&B song, turn it into a reggae song, turn it into a rock song, turn it into heavy metal, right? So now we're talking about artists being able to do multiple genres they never thought and attract multiple audiences. So if I'm Salt Life the rapper, I'm also Salt Life the heavy metal artist. I'm also Salt Life the jazz artist. I'm also Salt Life the folk artist. I'm whatever the genre you need, I got it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's still Salt Life, but we doing whatever we need to do to please the audience. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna have all kind of motives. Hey, can you imagine taking your album and remixing it for the seasons? Your album, right, is your album. But now I'm gonna take it into AI and turn my album into a Christmas album. Turn my album into a Halloween album. You feel what I'm saying?
Crazy,
you feel what I'm saying? And you listen to your album, now you was talking about popping, you know what, in the club. You went from that, from Santa Claus coming down the chimney. So it's like crazy, right? It's
Same
crazy.
lyrics.
Same lyrics, same voice, same cadence, still Salt Life. But now we have the ability. So what we're doing right now is we're using our imagination. That's what AI is going to force us to do. You're going to have people that's going to sit on the sideline and be like, oh, this is terrible. This is not real producing, right? But guess what? The bands from back in the day who hip hop producers were sampling, do you think all of them were saying, oh, that's real music what y'all creating? Or do you think some real musicians watching people sample their music in the beginning where they didn't understand what sampling was like, yo, yeah, use all the music I created to create music for yourself? Somebody has some pushback.
Yeah.
Somebody has to put. It's always pushback, but they didn't know then that sampling would become one of the main ingredients for a genre of music that would be the most dominant music in the world. You see what I'm saying? So if we're creators, let's create. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're finna come through this. Like, if we got to be the Messiah for this, let's be the Messiah for this, and let's take the good word and the good news to everybody else by starting with a formula. So when we have this formula where we're like, yo, artists, look, we just gave you a tangible example. I use myself as the guinea pig and say, yo, I did an interview with AI. You can do interviews with AI. You may not want to take the time to figure out all the ins and outs and all the bells and whistles. We got a formula. All you got to do is answer some questions, and we're going to turn that into an interview for you. You feel what I'm saying? Where you could promote your single, your song, your album, whatever you're trying to promote. And we could post these and share these, but we're going to turn this to an opportunity so everybody can start sharing it, right? And then by way of everyone sharing it, that's more promotion for your music, because everybody's trying to introduce this concept to the next artist, because now we've got a product. See, when we create the formula, we can create a product. And if we can create a product, we can monetize the product. And as a community with a product, we can all eat. Everybody eats, B, is what I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. Everybody eats. So if we can get on the front of this and see it first, you feel me? We can be the biggest beneficiaries of it. And then realize it, and then help everybody realize it. You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
With the man versus AI challenge we were doing, that was to warm up everybody for the idea of AI artists. Now, you're an artist. How do you feel when you hear the term AI artist? Be honest. How do you honestly feel about an AI artist?
All right. Me personally,
You like, hell no.
that's all I can really say, man, because it's not something that I could. It's not something that was calculated into me from a baby, and you know what I'm saying. It's a true art in being an artist. Being a real artist or whatever, man. And for a machine or a computer to be able to emulate, imitate, duplicate something that I worked on for a long time, it does hurt, because it almost makes it feel like, because of the direction that we're going, it's a double-edged sword. We won't be relevant. Okay. Because if I can, take something that I worked on for so many years and put it in the computer and it's done just like this. Yeah. It hit different.
All right. So hold on real quick. I gotta address that, and I gotta address something someone just said in the comments. Mobite Music said AI can't perform live. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. That's a good point. We don't you go nowhere. Well, not even that, but don't you go nowhere. That is too. But don't you go nowhere, because that's a good question. But to what you're saying. So context is everything. And then also education is everything. Because when I first saw AI evolving and emerging, I was like, this is crazy, right? But again, from research and really getting into it and understanding it, their perspective changes, right? So allow me to share this with you. Consider this. When I say AI artist, I'm talking about you. You're an AI artist. Let me tell you how. You know how you sit down and you start vibing out, you coming up with melodies, and you like, okay, I'm creating a song right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm vibing, right? Finna write some lyrics. I'm finna create a hit. That's kind of how I go, right? Some way, some shape, form, fashion, right? But you're working off a central vibe that you're creating in your own element. You're pulling from one source. The universe is just you building, right? But imagine if I put you in a room with AI robots who worked for you, and no one else would be aware of this. You would be the only person hearing what you're creating with these AI robots. But then you would be able to take your one melody idea and say, yo, help me to evolve this idea to something like the world's never heard before. It's kind of feel like a reggae vibe, but make it classical. What would this melody I'm doing right now in this reggae vibe, what would it sound like in a classical vibe? And then AI did it for you. Your melody, but AI created 15 different melody variations of your idea. Or you're writing, you're creating. It's like, you ever seen the movie Limitless?
Oh yeah.
It's like taking a AI for an artist is like taking a limitless pill. Because now you have a limitless universe of ideas to evolve your creativity. This is what they mean by the human being's creative direction is what's required for AI. So this is why right now all the creative direction is based on what we do physically. But now that we have such a tool like this, a dramatic tool like this, where we can put the onus on the tool so we can focus on the creative direction of something, well, that just makes us better curators. Where we could curate all of our ideas, because a lot of times you have ideas coming at you so fast, but you got to focus on the task, so you miss a lot of stuff going by because you're focused on the task of writing one lyric down. Or you focus on the task of trying to remember a melody. You don't want to lose this melody. You got to ignore all the other ideas coming into your brain from the universe because you got a one-track mind as a human artist. Well, with AI, you don't have to do that anymore.
See, that right there. Before I lose this train of thought, because now that you said that, it kind of tightened me more up to what a response for that was going to be. Because what, like I said, I understand the whole thing. But speaking as an artist personally who might not understand that, AI then puts everybody on an even playing field, whereas before, when labels were scouting talent, they didn't just pick up anybody. They didn't pick up somebody who sounded like somebody else. They picked up unique sounds. What AI is going to be able to do, and what it's already able to do is put everybody on the even playing field. So then that lessens the competition, because if all I gotta say is I want a Salt Life song. I want it to sound like this and this and this and this, so on and so forth. Or let's just say me, for instance, I'm in a room with AI, and I'm trying to figure out what sound I want. Now, instead of me going to an actual human producer, now I have this AI to do it for me. Well, what happens if 100 other artists has access to that same type of situation I do? Because see, I got access to the M. Arsonists, the Jones on the Beats, the AIs, the Valentines, the Nishis. I got access to them, which they didn't. But now that AI has become the norm, now anybody can have access to this AI versus when there was a time that they didn't have access to what I have access to, which put me on a different playing field than another person.
Will it though?
Another artist.
Will it though? Consider this. Will it put you on another playing field? Will it level the playing field? Let's revisit this. When the electric guitar came, everybody had access to electric guitar. Everybody went from playing the acoustic to electric, but did everybody play it the same? Same thing with the drum machine. When the live studio drummer got mad because everybody was getting a drum machine and it wasn't needed as much, did everybody make the same beats? What about the digital audio workstation? Did everybody record the same? See, right now in the infant stages, everybody's doing simple prompts, but prompting becomes a skill set where it becomes way more intricate than the initial experience that we're all having because AI is so new. But as AI continues to evolve, so will we. So yeah, we might have access to the same AI, but we're not going to make the same quality of output from our input, right? This is the future. Input, and we're going to get an output, right? What you input into AI is going to be totally different than what I input, right? And based on our understanding and our ability to help AI learn what it is that we're looking for on the output side is going to determine the quality of what we're actually doing. In the beginning, it's going to sound like everybody's amazing. When the guy who was playing the acoustic guitar saw the guy come around the corner and introduce the electric guitar, every guitar player sounded good on it because they knew how to play guitar. But when somebody said, I'm going to take some time and really study this electric guitar, he got better than everybody else that had an electric guitar. They thought they was good just because they had an electric guitar, but he really took the time to learn it and started doing things, Jimi Hendrix, started doing things that nobody else did before. You see what I'm saying? So AI is no different, and we have to realize that it's all about our mindset needing to evolve, and then we can't lean on our own understanding. We got to take everything that we think we know, and we got to throw it away. We got to approach AI with a student mindset that's showing up for the first day of school. Now, real quick, let me address Mobite Music. Turn your volume down real quick, Saw Life.
Hold on.
Because I got some feedback coming. Now, Mobite Music said, now wait a minute though, Jones, because AI cannot perform live. Saw Life, let me ask you a question. When you go to a concert today, what is one of the things that artists are always complaining about? We've seen artists kick people out because of this. We've seen artists get into fights with fans on stage because of this. What is this thing that major artists complain about? Any artist complain about that fans in the audience do all the time?
As far as fans go, like heckling, jumping on stage.
Keep going. What's one thing that you can't stand to see somebody doing at one of your shows because you got social media?
I don't know. That's a good question because I'm wide open, so I wouldn't even be paying attention. Like,
so pulling your phone out and recording you.
I was gonna say that, but that doesn't bother me. That's more publicity,
right? But for a major artist that people are gonna pay, right? Like Usher, and we saw Chris Brown. I think Chris Brown snatched somebody's phone, right? My point is, when people go to a concert, they watching it through their phone anyway, right? When people go,
that's a fact.
How many times you go to a live anything and you see people watching it through their phone? You're like, don't you? You here? You pay for it. Wouldn't you just prefer to watch it live? Put your phone away. Nah, they want to watch it through the phone. They want to record every moment, see it through the phone, right? Well, why can't AI perform live then? Because if you want an artificial representation of what you're watching anyway, why can't artificial intelligence provide the same experience? Right? Because when I go to a concert, everybody got their phone out. You go to a basketball game, everybody got their phone out. Why? Because everybody's trying to clip that viral moment. Everybody's trying to capture. They're more interested in capturing a viral moment than they are being there in the experience. I want to catch Usher and what Usher slip and fall and bust his ass. And I capture that, I'm going viral. You see what I'm saying? So all AI got to do is be like, yo, keep the camera on me. I might go viral. You know what I'm saying? We might go viral. You feel me? And people are going to not understand the difference because we are on we're on our phones like this. I see people driving, risking their lives to look at their phones. You mean to tell me AI can't perform for you live? You willing to die to send a text message? You see what I'm saying? How easy? Here's what we gotta understand. Don't you know in the next 2 years, your favorite artist is gonna be to show up in your living room? Show up in your living room in the physical form. Show up in your living room. I'm trying to tell you. So if someone is thinking that AI won't be able to perform live, AI will be able to do a live show better than any human could ever do. And let me will it back. Let me say what I mean before people say, "Oh, you tripping now." Let me just tell y'all something, man. These computers ain't coming to play with us, man. These computers ain't coming to, and I can talk like this because I'm excited about it because I understand where it's going. This is not gonna harm us. This is gonna help. This is gonna be the most incredible transition and technological transition that we've ever seen in mankind. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm very excited. So I can joke and kid. Some people gonna see this on the internet and say, "Man, this dude is on straight crack or whatever." You know what I mean? This dude is tripping. He the reason why. You know what I'm saying? People gonna say that. But I'm just trying to tell you, look, I'm trying to tell you, when it comes to AI performing, that's the least of what it's gonna be able to do. AI gonna be able to turn into 15 different artists by the time the end of the show is time.
Bruh, come on now. For real.
You know what I'm saying? AI gonna perform so damn good, you gonna be like, God. You know, because look, it's gonna be a fully immersive. Y'all get ready for the AI arenas. Remember, you heard it here first. Y'all get ready for the fully immersive AI arenas, where you're gonna be able to go into the arena. They're gonna hand you a pair of goggles, and you're gonna have the most incredible, fully Dolby Digital Stereo 3D surround sound, fully immersive 12K visual sex. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like
they pretty much already got that. Because if you look at how they was doing on Fortnite, how they've been doing on Fortnite, it's the whole virtual. I got VR too, and I've seen a lot of stuff like Fortnite is probably the best example because my homeboy showed me the Eminem performance on Fortnite when they did it. I was like, bro, what? Eminem huge, he performing, but it was live, and all of these people that were playing Fortnite was
right. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. So imagine being on stage with your favorite artist, because the stage is 1,000 feet tall. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And your artist is 100 feet tall. It's like one big cartoon. Y'all on there tripping.
But that's why I understand where this is going, whether I like it or not. That's why I understand it, because seeing stuff like that's all still artificial intelligence. It doesn't matter how you look at it. This stuff is.
But it's gonna be like movies. Not to cut you off, but it's gonna be like movie. Remember when movies was real primitive and real, like, you know what I'm saying, just like black and white. But now look at movies today. You feel what I'm saying? So we are look at what Apple's doing with the Apple Vision and all that. You're gonna we saying that now because we grew up in a different era. But don't you know, like this next era, this next generation, they're gonna be watching everything through a lens. They're not going to be able to tell the difference between reality and virtual reality. It's going to look one and the same. It's going to be augmented reality. They're going to be walking around and hitting the like button on a building. They're going to be sharing photos in real time. They're going to be like, "Oh, what's up, mama? Mama is in Chicago and you in LA, but you're talking to mama on the sidewalk. Y'all both in the sidewalk in Italy."
They thought Pokemon Go was bad.
Bruh, Pokemon Go. You saw how they went crazy for Pokemon Go?
Bruh, that right there was a very good example of what we're talking about. Man, they
Bro.
thought Pokemon Go was bad.
Bro, you mean to tell me you go put some goggles on and you can watch a live performance now? So you go if you got VR goggles, if you have VR goggles right now, there are people watching live performances right now. And that's just a video. That's just a video. So when AI with actual intelligence will perform in live, what you mean they're not going to be able to perform live?
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
We just trying to get ahead of the curve, man.
We trying to get it all what we do all day long. So we hear on these phones all day long.
Facts.
We looking at the phone more. Look, I'm in the car with my kids. I gotta tell my kids to look up. Y'all missing the world. We driving through the city. Y'all ain't seen these buildings before. They don't want to see no damn buildings. They watching some YouTuber in the car. They ain't even looking outside the car. You know what I'm saying? You got kids, your kids looking at the car outside the car. Like when we was younger, what we used to do? Hey, let's play That's My Car. Okay, that's my car. That's my remember that?
I spy.
We used to play games looking out the window. We used to be excited. Right? We used to play, okay, that's my car. No, I called them. I saw it first. You kids are looking at us like, man, that's mad corny. Y'all should do what? I told my kids that, yeah, back in the day when we was kids, we used to play a game where if you called the car, I forget, we used to say bingo. If you say bingo first, that's your car. And my son looking at me like, man, sit your dumb ass down. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at me like, y'all should do what? Oh, that's stupid as hell, right? I'm trying to get them to play our games. But guess what they want to do? Get back on the phone, get back on a tablet. You see what I'm saying? So we got to stop thinking with our old ways. And we got to recognize these kids, what we sitting here trying to ponder and wonder about, they already going to be doing it.
Yep.
It's going to be, because look, if you couldn't have told me, bro, you got your phone in front of you right now?
Right, sure.
If you would have had one of them in high school, what people would have said about you? They would have thought you from another planet.
Yeah, for real, for real. Well, we had to look. In high school, I had to know kill. We still had the buttons you had to press. In order to write a text message, you had to press that button multiple times.
Oh yeah. If you wanted, it was JK. What was it?
Snake was the only game I had on my phone.
And you played that motherfucker too.
Thanks. For real.
You probably had your homies next to you talking about, I got next. Like, this is my phone, fool. This is my phone, fool. Go in the gas station, get you some Doritos. Got my face.
Bruh, I swear, man, for real. Yeah, for real, bruh. If I would have known phones was going to come to what they are today, bruh, I would have done exactly what you are saying here now. I would have tried to come up with that first.
Zaza said brought the pagers, man. When we had pagers, we thought we was in the future with pagers.
Man, look.
You had to
see a number.
You had to go find a phone. Why did that work?
Look, you still had to pay phones.
You feel what I'm saying? You had to why did that think about why did that actually work? You get a beep and you be like, okay, I'm gonna call him. Like, why did you need a beep to do that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta call him back anyway. You might as well call him. You can't call until you get to a phone, no way. So what's the point of beeping me and getting on my damn nerves? So I can look cool. But dudes thought that was cool. You pull it off your hip. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they calling me. I made them up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. It's crazy, man. And this is definitely a conversation that a lot of people, and especially because it's a music-based conversation, a lot of producers and a lot of artists are not going to want to have until it happens, because it's going to happen. You can't. It's inevitable. I'm sorry. It's going to happen.
It's happening, man. We'll tell you, man. I definitely appreciate you jumping on and having this conversation, man. It starts here, though, y'all. It starts with a conversation. I'm always encouraging everybody Saw Life to join the live stream. Now, you can go to beatpromoters.com and click join live stream. I'm here to talk. I'm here to have conversation. I'm here to build, right? Because if we say we want to do this music thing, why not do it together, man? Like, everybody, it's enough room for everybody to win, man. Like, you talking to me talking to you, us sharing ideas, it doesn't take away from what we're doing. It only helps and amplifies what we're doing, right? But we're putting together this system for artists. But honestly, I'm really digging into the AI side of the game and creating this new existence, a whole beat promoters world, right? Because once we can create something entertaining that feels immersive and entertaining, we could promote whatever we want. But we got to build something that's entertaining. We got to build something that feels immersive. You feel what I'm saying? And we got to build something that people want to follow and binge. We got that. We got a promotional platform, right? But it takes visionaries, man. Any last words from you, Salt?
Hey man, I just want to say, man, look, I'm glad to be back, man. It's been a little minute. I had some things I had to work out. Shout out to all y'all, the whole beat promoters community, man. Look, y'all already know I'm still out here with it, man. And yeah, we let's innovate, man. Let's innovate, bro.
Let me ask you one last question.
What you got?
How would you feel if and let me tell you this. I think if you did this, right, you would definitely grab attention. And sometimes you got to do something left field to grab attention. How would you feel about collaborating on a song with an AI artist?
As long as I can, like I would like we tell you earlier, yes, saying like as long as I'm a register the song. You know what I'm
Of course.
saying?
It's no different.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, it's no different. So, for example,
because
say
it's
like,
just like,
yeah, say like one of the producers here. We did a Salt Life versus AI challenge. Just like we got the Man versus AI challenge, right?
Yeah.
What if we did a Salt Life versus AI challenge? We have all these producers select the hardest beat, right? And then we do an AI verse with an AI beat promoters, AI artist, and then you write a verse. Your lyrics, your publishing, it's all the same like it normally would be, right? And whatever producer get their credit as well, right? But we're doing something innovative, right? An AI, and then we do a music video where it's AI generated. The music video is crazy. It's an AI version of Salt Life and an AI version of the AI artist in Dubai in the year 5070. And it's crazy. We still popping bottles in 5070. The chicks are looking like cyborgs, but they still got BBLs. They got bionic BBLs. You ever seen a chick with a bionic BBL? It's different. It's different. You see what I'm saying?
that pool bar's hard.
Yeah, she take unleaded gas in her BBL, but she's different.
Bruh, you fool.
But just think about it. Just something. But see, entertainment, curiosity, attention grabbers.
That's something different.
You see what I'm saying? And then what if the song is hard though? What if the song jamming?
I like that.
What if the song jamming?
Come on now.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, it ain't hard to do a jamming song where you can go to AI and say, here's the idea, here's the melody, here's what we're going for. Shoot me out about 50 different concepts and let me listen to what you got. Oh, let's work with this one. This is jamming. This melody right here, let's work with this one. And then we take that and we formulate a whole song.
Too easy.
We do that all day long.
Too easy.
You see what I'm saying?
Too easy.
I got your mind spinning, bro.
Yeah.
It's all good though, man. We're gonna but any last words, bro?
Hey man, I ain't got no last words, man. Shout out to everybody, man. BPR, bro. We out here with it, man. Hey, let's innovate, bro. It's that time.
AI said we're gonna call the compilation Asses of Steel Volume 1. The pause edition. Damn. But we out here, man. We'll be back Monday night. Monday night, man. It's going down. Yo, keep following, keep paying attention. Reach out to me if you got ideas, concepts. We're gonna keep formulating, keep innovating until we get to what we destined to go, man. Appreciate you, Salt Life. We out of here, man. Peace.
Let's do it all. I'll deal with it, man.
Peace.